Let's get cooking.
I'm in Bangkok, travel, food and lifestyle. He's the one to go to anything Thailand based. Loud Hawaiian shirts and shades, sandals and shorts. That's him, meant to be Korean, great by nature.
Sawadee khap, my orangutan friends, and today I'm going to be making corned beef hash. So, what do you need for corned beef hash? Well, you need corned beef. You need a potato. You also need an onion. Now, I do like a little bit of garlic, so we're going to have a couple of cloves of garlic. And that's basically your main ingredients, but we are also going to have a teaspoon of Coleman's English mustard and a dash of Worcester sauce, or Worcestershire sauce, if you like. So that's all the ingredients for our corned beef hash. Okay, so I've basically peeled the potato and I'm going to cut it into quite small cubes. Now, when you do this, you can keep the skin on if you like. I don't want the skin on. So, I'm just going to start cutting these into cubes. Now I want very small cubes because I want them to cook quite well. And I think I might actually put these in a pan and boil them. So you're looking at cubes about that size. Okay. Now I'm going to put these into a pan. I'm going to boil them for, say, 3 or 4 minutes, just to get them going. Because when we put them into the frying pan, they need to be at a stage where they're starting to cook, because you don't want to be eating raw potatoes when you get to the final stage. Now I'm going to carry on and do this up, and then we'll get them in the pan. Okay, so we've got the potatoes on. We're just going to put a little bit of ground salt in there. There is a lot of salt in the corned beef, so I don't want to put too much in. Got to look after my health, being in the twilight of my years. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is chop up our onion. Now, I'm no expert, I'm not a chef or anything like that, but I usually take the bottom off, the top bit, like that. And then peel off the brown layer and then chop it up. So I'll get on with that and then I'll show you how big I'm doing the onion pieces. Okay, so as you can see, I've diced my onions and I've basically just cut them into cubes. Some of them not really cut through properly, but at least you get an idea of the sort of size that I'm looking at for that. Okay, so there you go. We'll put them aside and then start on the corned beef. Okay, there you go. So we've got Prince's corned beef made with 100% beef, and you've got the little key on the side. So Let's see if we can get this bad boy open. Oops, try going the right way. Oh man. Okay, so we had a little bit of trouble opening the tin there. The key basically broke, so I went and got another tin of corned beef. This is Garrett's, not the Prince's. Very similar though, but we managed to get the can open. So now we need to get the corned beef out. Didn't think it'd want to play. So what you can do is run around the inside there with a knife, which I'm about to do, just to loosen it up. All the way around. It's very dry. Let's see if that's worked. Nope. Right, leave me with it. I'll see what I can do. Right, there we are. That's a battle with it. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I just took it out a shot and then just put the knife in and it came out quite easily. Right, so what I'm going to do is slice it into strips first of all. About that thick. So about 3 blocks. And then I'm going to cut those into cubes. This knife is probably not the best one to use. Just give me a second. Try a steak knife because it's got the serrated edge on it and it'll cut through it easier. Okay, so then I'm going to cut these into cubes. Okay, about this size. About the same size as the potatoes actually. Okay, so I'm going to get on with that, get those cubed and then they'll be ready to cook. Okay, so we've got the pan on a medium heat. I'm just going to splash a bit of oil in there. About 2 tablespoons full. And then we're going to get the onions in there. Here we go. Get them in. And we're going to fry those until they're translucent. Okay, so I think our onions are where we want them to be. So what we're going to do now is stick in our potatoes. Remember that we boiled them just a little bit. So we're going to get those in. And we just want the potatoes to get a bit of a browning, which may take some time. So we'll come back when we're at that stage. Okay, so our potatoes, I don't know if you can see that, they're actually starting to brown a little bit now. Like I said, I don't particularly want them really hard or anything like that. I want them to be cooked through. So what I'm going to do now is get the garlic in there. Little garlic crusher. Okay, now traditionally you wouldn't have garlic in there, but I do like it, so that's why it's going in. Get that in there. Give it a bit of a stir. Smells quite nice actually. Now the thing is with corned beef hash, if you come to Manchester, we have tater hash, which is potato hash. It's a stew. It's not like this at all. This is going to be a bit like a stir fry, I guess. Now, apparently, in the north, they eat corned beef hash like this. I've never heard of it, never seen it. In Manchester, anyway. I've just seen this on the internet, and I thought, yeah, I'll give that a go. Right, I'm going to get in some black... Oh, no, I won't put the black pepper in yet. I'll put in the corned beef. So this is a cube corned beef that we made earlier. Well, we didn't make it, did we? Chopped it up. Okay, we're going to get that in there. Just let that start frying up. Bit of black pepper. Actually, I'm going to put a lot of that in because I do like black pepper. Now what happens is the corned beef starts to stick. If that happens, don't worry about it. That's what you want. In fact, I shouldn't really be pushing it about too much at the minute. Okay, let's get some mustard sauce in there. I'm going to put in about a tablespoon, and I'm using the Formula 2 Thai version. Good with that. Get that mixed in. I'm also going to put in a teaspoon, not a tablespoon, teaspoon of English mustard, Coleman's English mustard. If I've got a teaspoon there. It's the last dregs of a jar, but what we've got it'll do. Just pop that in there and get it mixed in. Just to give it a bit of kick. You can probably see that the corned beef is starting to break down. It's kind of what we want. Just make sure that mustard's stirred in. Right, we want that to kind of start forming a crust. Don't want it to burn, but we want a crust on the bottom. And then we'll turn it over in sections and crisp the top. Okay, I'm just going to turn it up so you can see what we're looking for. We're looking for like browned off crispy bits like that. Not too crispy, not too burnt. Okay, so here's the finished product. I'll put a fried egg on top. You are supposed to put a fried egg. Actually, you can have it with beans. Some people do beans as a layer, and then they do the hash brown, and then put mashed potato on the top with a bit of cheese and put it in the oven. But we're just going for the breakfast version. Okay, so, being British, as I am, keep looking at the wrong place, should be looking over there. I've got my brown sauce. I've got Daddy's today in place of HP, which I've got, but anyway, I'm going to give that a bit of a squirt on there. And we'll give it a go. Right, so, corned beef hash. I'm trying to get some of the crispy bit. Don't know whether you can see that there. that's good. That is nice. Bit of potato. It definitely works where the crispy bits are. If you've had paella, oh, it's very salty as well. If you've had paella, you want that crispy bit on the bottom. It's a bit like that, but obviously it's meat. Right, let's get a bit of the sauce. Got potatoes in there as well. Yep, I'm having that. That's good. Right, I'm just going to break the yolk open. Get a bit of yolk, a bit of sauce, a bit of potato, a bit of everything. Oops, there you go. Try not to drop it everywhere. Here we go. Down the hatch. Oh, that's really nice. You know what? That's really good. Yeah, as a breakfast. Or even, like now for me, this is like a late lunch. What time is it? Yeah, it's just coming up to 3 o'clock. I'd definitely make this again. I've got half a pan there. I'm going to be having that for breakfast tomorrow. I'll just put it in the fridge. I mean, it's got all the crispiness and everything. And maybe just fry it up, warm it up tomorrow. Yeah, it's good that. I will give that a 4 out of 5. So that's not bad. Well, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching.
Adios amigos, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
I'm in Bangkok, travel, food and lifestyle. He's the one to go